On Friday the 18th of October, I went to see a performance called Free. It's the story of two teenagers who train together and practice free running in the city of London. The play was written by David Lane. The director is Chris Elwell. The designer is Verity Quinn. And the composer is Nick Tyson. The play set in the city, so we have a sense of empathizing with them because it's so close to home. The play had only two characters, and it had two modes, where one was known as the framing scenes and was set way back into the past, and one was present day. The highlight of the play for me was the final scene, where you see how Chris and Sarah accept that they just belong with each other, not in a romantic sense or anything, but like they connect to each other on that level where they understand each other. The lighting really helped set the scene of the story and tell us what's really going on, because when it was kind of warmer lighting during the framing scenes where they talked about the beginning of time and before these elaborate cities emerged out of the ground, and then the cooler, bluer lighting was used for the present day scenes where it was a lot darker and solemn. So the set was designed by Verity Quinn, and they used steel frames with mesh in the middle to represent buildings, and also to be used as like backstage, I guess, because the two characters were always on stage. I really liked the set because it created quite a visually interesting piece because there were lots of different levels, and the backdrop and the floor was a blown up picture of concrete on vinyl, which it was really visually interesting because you could see it as the space and sky, or you could just see it as like the gritty rock that they were supposed to be on. The costume was really simple and didn't take away from the main focus of the play, which was the characters themselves, and the costumes really helped bring out the identity of the characters. As I said, all the characters were on stage, so the entrances and exits were normally used, normally helped along with lighting and the use of the things on the set to like crouch behind and stuff like that. And the transitions between the scenes were done really well because it was always really smooth and timed really well with the music, and each framing scene begun as the last one had ended, which I thought was a really nice touch. The lighting and the music and the actors all worked together really well to create a really nice atmosphere because it was mysterious and moody, and everyone moved perfectly in sync with each other. I think the audience reaction was what they expected because we laughed at the right times, we were moved at the right times, and I think the audience that night was a very participating audience. So in conclusion, I think the effect of the play was quite striking because I think it made us think about, firstly, the city that we're from and what it's like and what maybe goes on behind the shadows, but also some people who just blend in to the background. Maybe they're so much more than what we think they are.